Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kroll's weekly threat intelligence briefing for the 2nd of September. My name is Ryan Higgs, and joining me this week is Harry Landis from the threat intelligence team. So this week, I will be covering an out of bands that we sent to customers on a critical 0-day affecting NetScaler ADC and Gateway. Also, a new threat actor targeting diplomats with a captive portal hijack to deliver malware, and the ZipLine phishing campaign. And Harry will then talk through reports of PromptLock ransomware and its use of AI prompts on the victim's device. So to start here, so this was a vulnerability that, as I mentioned, we released as an out of band to customers last week. So Citrix identified multiple vulnerabilities in NetScaler ADC and NetScaler Gateway, which are formerly Citrix ADC and Gateway. The high severity vulnerability out of those is this one, which is CVE 2025 7775. Has a CVSS of 9.2, which is critical. The vulnerability is noted to be a memory overflow vulnerability, which can lead to remote code execution and/or denial of service. And Citrix do note that exploits of that CVE on unmitigated appliances have been observed, which has kind of caused prompt kind of patching to it. And although they mentioned the exploitation, there are currently no further details of this particular exploitation nor public proof of concepts at this time. So the affected products and the versions shown in the middle there for all of the vulnerabilities involved. There are several preconditions that need to be in place, which are around device configuration that make a device vulnerable to this CV. One of which is that NetScaler must be configured as a gateway, such as VPN or RDP proxy. And a full list of those preconditions is in the Citrix advisory. They also provided commands that administrators can run to determine if a device meets those conditions. So certainly recommend checking out those requirements and running those commands if you have any affected products. Citrix also released a patch to fix that vulnerability, and as I mentioned, there were several other vulnerabilities patched, including CVE 2025 7776, which has a CVSS of 8.8, as well as 8424 CV, which has a CVSS of 8.7. But those additional vulnerabilities were not noted by Citrix to have been exploited in the wild. So just this original one on the top left here. So we were looking to continue monitoring any reporting surrounding exploitation to see if there's any additional reports around how that vulnerability was exploited to provide any updates where necessary. Okay, so next up, first story here is news of a campaign Google is attributing to the Chinese Nexus threat actor. We are tracking as KTA 494, also known as UNC 6384. The group targeted diplomats in Southeast Asia, as well as some non-specified entities in other locations. So the campaign used a captive portal hijack to deliver malware disguised as an Adobe plugin update. So captive portal is a legitimate technology often seen in kind of hospitality industry, sort of hotels, as well as public Wi-Fi's, where the user needs to kind of fill out one of the web forms, providing details such as their email address and other details before access is granted to the internet. In this particular campaign, the threat actor modified the redirect chain to send the victim to the actor controlled server rather than the legitimate portal. The malicious page then kind of instructed the user to install a plugin for the page looking like Adobe plugin. And kind of tricking the user into believing that the plugin would then kind of allow access to the internet by installing. The actual purpose of the plugin is to download and install the next stage of the infection chain, ultimately leading to the deployment of PlugX. PlugX being a backdoor used to maintain a foothold, providing kind of remote capabilities to the threat actor, including key logging, system information gathering, and to deploy further tools. Certainly something to be wary of, both as a user of these portals in public spaces, but also to administrators whose portals may have become compromised to affect their clients, particularly in the hospitality sector where these kind of portals are more prominent. And lastly, just for me, Checkpoint Research details a new phishing campaign where the actor used contact us web forms to trick users into establishing contact with them. An interesting point here really is the actor was observed maintaining an email conversation for multiple weeks before using that established trust to instigate a compromise by sending the victim a malicious LNK file, the actor attached within the correspondence. So very similar to how we could normally see phishing emails, but really just seeing that extended period of time to establish that trust is quite an interesting point here. The LNK file that was delivered pointed to a malicious zip file hosted on a cloud-based service provider, Heroku, which is a legitimate service provider. And then that malicious zip eventually led to the execution of a PowerShell and the malware MixShell, which was used for a variety of purposes, file operations, command execution, as well as command and control via DNS tunneling or HTTP. With that, I will hand over to Harry.
Thanks, Ryan. Yes, so last week, ESET discovered what it is calling the first known AI-powered ransomware, which they've named PromptLock. The ransomware generates Lua scripts from hard-coded LLM prompts, which are fed through OpenAI's GPT OSS 20B model and interfaced through Ollama. The 20B and 120B models are OpenAI's first open weight models that they've released, and they were released in early August of this year. The Lua scripts can enumerate the file system, inspect target files, exfiltrate data, and perform encryption. And data destruction functionality was also discovered in the code, but it appeared to be inactive. PromptLock is likely a proof of concept and has not been observed in any attacks at this time. However, this does provide an interesting insight into the actor's exploration of AI usage directly on the victim's device. Organizations should employ monitoring of post traffic to 172.42.0.253 on port 8443, which is Ollama's API endpoint that was discovered in the code. Kroll does not see this novel usage of LLMs as a transformative breakthrough in AI-enabled malware. However, it is important to keep pace with increasing usage of AI and cyber threat activity. We will continue to monitor for evolving actor and malware techniques involving AI elements. Ryan, back to you.
Thank you, Harry. That's all we have time for this week. If you have any questions, please contact us at cti@kroll.com. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.